Hi, my name is Kelsey Kennebrew. I'm 23 years old and I'm a virgin. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kelsey Kennebrew, also known as Kelsey K. In today's video, you already know, if y'all looked at the title, y'all seen that I'm going to be talking about my virginity. But yes, I'm 23 years old and I'm a virgin, and you know, I'm just going to give you guys like my whole entire, not life story, but pretty much just how I got through just being 23 years old and still holding on to my virginity. Also still being in a current relationship. As you've seen, you know, throughout my channel, my boyfriend is always on my channel. So yeah, before I get into the video, if you're new to my channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Also hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more of my uploads. And if you're old here, hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So we're just gonna get right into the video. Alright you guys, so I'm gonna start off with how I knew I wanted to remain abstinent until I got married. So when I was 13 years old, at my church that I was attending at the time, there was a program called Project Me that was for young teenage girls around 13 or 14 years old. But pretty much the teacher, which was Sister Jennifer, but her and her sister both just was like a role model for all the young teenage girls. They taught about hygiene, just a lot of feminine things that, you know, just being a young teenage girl and just growing up, things that we would have to go through, things that we would have to deal with. They also talked about sex, and they told us to, I guess, you know, the importance of purity. So when they told us that, and it really implanted something within my heart. They just gave the importance of it and why we should be pure and why we should remain pure until we get married. So they really told us that, you know, being pure is honoring God, you know, because that's what he wants us to do. So, you know, as I've grown up, let me see, like 16, 17 years old, I really wasn't, actually when I was 16, I did have my first boyfriend. I was 16 years old, I was a freshman, and I was dating a senior. So yeah. You know, being a freshman and dating a senior, it was kind of hard because that was my first boyfriend, and that was actually like when I had got my first kiss and all that. But you know, I remember telling him like, look, I'm a virgin and I don't want to have sex, like I'm waiting until marriage. So when I told him that, I think he respected at first, I believe. I really can't remember because it was so long ago, but I just do remember bringing that up to him and saying like, look, I'm not gonna do that. But I do remember a couple of incidents where he, you know, tried, but of course I said no and I left. But by the grace of God, like I feel like, you know, it was really God that, you know, stopped that moment, because I do remember things happening, but at that moment I was like, okay, let me stop. You know, as I got older, I'm like, wow, I think he really was trying to have sex with me or something, because, you know, when I think about it, I'm like, wait, he really was. But, you know, I just really thank God for, you know, allowing it to stop. But in total, I've been in 6 relationships. You know, I'm in my last, like, this is my last and final, because you go, your girl, no more, no, But yes, in total there's been 6, but the 5 other relationships that I was in, I ended them all. Not just because of the fact that, you know, I was a virgin or whatever, but that was a main reason why most of these relationships ended, was because of my virginity and wanting to wait until marriage. So, you know, as I brought it up to each boyfriend, that was one of my main things like that I had to do. I had to, before, confront them and let them know like, look, I am a virgin and I'm waiting until marriage, so you can't get nothing to this. But I'm not gonna say that, you know, I failed in some areas, which I did, and I regret it all, because, you know, I wasn't doing the right thing. There was always this sense of conviction within my spirit, and I knew that was God just trying to tell me that, you know, he wanted all of me. He did not want me to fall into that, even though I wasn't having sex. But, you know, there was other explorations that happened, you know, things that happened other than sex. But it was really hard for me at that moment because I do remember always thinking like, oh, this is my boyfriend. This is my boyfriend. I can do this. This is my boyfriend. This is my boyfriend. But no, like, that was no, just because of that does not mean, it doesn't mean anything. Just because that person, you know, was my boyfriend at the time. There was always boundaries still set. Like even now in my current relationship, like the boundaries are set to the max, like to the max. Boundaries are set because falling into that temptation and like falling into the trap of Satan, it can cause so much damage to me and also the other person, especially where I am at now, just growing spiritually. Say if I was to fall and do this, it's going to be hard to get out of that. It's going to be so hard. So now, you know, just looking back on my past, I do remember just always telling every person that I was with, even the people that, you know, I was just talking a little heavy with them when I wasn't really saved and I really didn't know Christ. You know, I was still having like other guys that I would talk to. You know, this was like after my other relationships. Your girl was like, yeah. But I didn't do anything to nobody. I just was always talking to a lot of different guys or whatever, which, you know, everybody has a past and that was my past. But if you guys seen my testimony video, which will be probably linked right here or down in the description, you'll see, you know, you'll just hear the whole testimony story and, you know, all that good stuff. I really do remember people thinking that I was different. I remember there was one time I was like in bed, kind of like crying, just when I'm like, okay, and what's wrong? Like, why do these why are my relationships like continuing to end? Like, why do I always have to end these relationships? Why do these men like say that they, you know, respect me in the beginning, but then they towards the end they're like, oh my gosh, I need something. You know, I always thought I was just different. Like, I just felt so different. Which, being a Christian and walking according to God's will and just being a child of God, we are set apart. So I didn't understand that at the time, being set apart. But when we're set apart, he wants us to be set apart from this world. So just my whole reason why I'm still a virgin is because I want to honor God in every area of my life. I want to honor God. I want to please God because, of course, you know, this life of mine, this life of ours, it's really important to just yield to God and giving him our all in every area of our lives. So even if you have already, you know, had sex in the past and you want to remain on to, you know, just be abstinent, you can, like, still ask God for forgiveness and, you know, continue to yield to him and giving him your entire life, because he will continue to help you. But what I've had to do just to continue to hold on to this is prayer. Prayer is like the most important, you know, just praying and letting God, like, I've had to let God know, like, continue to give me strength in this area, because sometimes, you know, girl, I love my man, you know, I love him, okay, and to take them temptation be rising, like, it just, but no, we have not done anything, like, nothing. And please watch our no sex video. You guys will hear like both of our stories and just how we are remaining pure until we get married. We've been together for 2 years now. So, but yeah, but prayer is the most important. And just really, like I said, setting those boundaries with who you're with, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Set those boundaries. Let them know ahead of time, look, I don't want to have sex until I get married. If the person has like a problem, it's time to let them go. Like, let them go. because no, if they got a problem with that, just tell them, okay, you can go. I'm gonna pray for you, but bye-bye. But yeah, just let them know ahead of time. So Ephesians 4:23, it talks about renewing our mind. So when our mind is being renewed each and every day, it just allows the Holy Spirit to really minister to us and really give us what we need within our minds. Sometimes, our minds can go haywire. Our minds can think certain things that we're not supposed to. Our minds can just go everywhere. But when we pray for the renewal of our minds, God will continue to just cleanse out our minds and allow our minds to become fully pure. That's another thing that I've had to pray for many times. Just the renewal of my mind. Just creating my mind a new clean slate. Just removing and blocking out all that, because of course the enemy is after our minds. And when it comes to our minds can think about anything. And that's where everything starts, is in our mind. Like when we think of something and then then after that we fall into that sin. And being 23 and still being a virgin is like, of course it's a good thing to say, okay, yes, I'm 23, whatever, but this is just not for me. This is really for God. Just continue to talk to him, because he's my best friend, he's my father, all that. It's really been an amazing journey to get to this point. I'm not even married yet, but it's still, I'm just still happy, because being pure, it feels great and all, but I've still made mistakes. Like, I've still done things in the past that I was not supposed to. But that doesn't mean like he didn't forgive me, which he did. And I'm just so grateful for that. Brothers and sisters, I just really pray that, you were touched by this video. And I pray that, if you want to walk in abstinence, if you want to walk in purity, you can. Like, I want to encourage you that you can walk in purity, because this is what God wants. Just continue to think about that in your mind. Just know that this is all for him. This is all for him. Just because you see the world doing it. And like, okay, let me say this. Sex is so common now in this generation that people that are trying to walk in purity, they get confused. Like, okay, am I supposed to have sex before marriage, or am I not supposed to have sex before marriage? Like, they get so confused because this is the world is making it seem so normal. Sex is a good thing because it was created for marriage. God created it. The enemy has made it so just filthy and dirty, or seem filthy and dirty, which is not. So, but yeah, I just really want to encourage you that, like, please do not fall into the temptations of this world. Flee from sin. Flee from it. Run from it. Go. Sprint. Like, do not fall into the temptation of this, like, the temptation, because, you can get in some dirty mess. You can really get deep down in some, bad sin, and it's not easy to get out of that. But you guys, so this includes the end of this video. If you have any prayer requests, please comment them down below. I will be so happy to pray for you, throughout this time. Or if you have any other questions or concerns, you have any questions for me, just always comment those down below, because, I'm still in this. I haven't got married yet, so I'm still holding on to this virginity. And, like I said, I am in a relationship now, and yeah, we're not doing anything. So thank you guys so much for watching. I am so glad you watched this whole entire video, and please share this video with your friends, your family, whoever. If you're new, please make sure to subscribe also. But I thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.